So this is day two of dressing like this and going to work, and I got like it was an emotional roller coaster last night, and it was turned into like an unexpected adventure, and had to keep going by my principles, so I had to be along for the ride, and it was a lot of blessings and synchronicities, but despite all the blessings and synchronicities, which I was grateful for, I even did the grateful journaling. So there's sometimes you be depressed, and it's because it's something primal and fundamental. Like someone can give you all the things in the world except the one thing you want, and it's not just the one thing you want; it's the one thing that like your soul needs, right? And then it could be that one thing can be kind of put in front of you and teased, and like it's not that you're not grateful for all the other stuff; it's that your soul is still crushed. Like so it was an all nighter, and I got back in time for work. So I wasn't sure if I was gonna work or not. So I was dressed as I would be comfortable dressing, and it was significant because I always wait till the last minute. I'm not putting this shit on until like I'm not waiting around. 10, 30, 40 minutes. 10 minutes okay, but it only takes me 5 minutes, real quick, switch out. Except it was a major coincidence, another major blessing. Like holy fuck, like I already had a fucking emotional roller coaster. I was fucking crying. I was fucking happy. I was like, it was insane already. And I come out. I just put through my clothes, but I still had my pigtails on. I don't know why I call them pigtails, but that's people know them by. And so I pulled those out, and then we're going on the road. And I didn't know if we are gonna go scrapping today, which means we're gonna be dealing with like businesses and dealerships and all sorts of different cultures, that own these sort of businesses and whatnot. And I kind of just go like this, and I feel makeup. I'm like, oh fuck, I still got a fuckload of makeup on, like, because I don't want to put my boss in that position who's looking out for me. I just don't want to put him in that position, like, to where he could lose business because someone's gonna be a bigot, like. And that's why I prefer doing the tearing the engines apart. It's something I gotta do with all the different people and cultures and whatnot, because then I can just be myself. And then I was kind of telling him oh, I got his makeup off, whatnot. I was like, oh, I don't know. He was asking what we're doing, but we wasn't going to no shops or anything. He's like, oh, you ain't go about that. We ain't going to no shops or anything. We're just gonna. We had plans to do one thing, but he wasn't feeling like he's an old man, so we scaled that back and we went and did some yards. I mowed the lawns and whatnot, and helped with the weed whacking, and he's a big role model to me. Even though he's got a hernia, he's a real old man and stuff, and he's got a lot of struggles and a lot on his shoulders. Like he still insists on doing as much work as he can, as best as he can. And then I try and step up and do as much as I can, so he don't have to do as much. So when I'm working with him, I can deal with this because he's like a father figure, and I can make that sacrifice up. I was actually what drew me on that whole summer where I was like really fucking miserable, especially because the guys they see girls and stuff. Like, I'm not that into girls, and it's like they're out and they're enjoying the summer day. You're just like, this is what I'm doing for the summer day, I'm not having a summer, kinda. And I wouldn't be with him. I'd be with a truck. He'd send me with a truck with a couple other guys. And it'd just be a big guy fest. And there's things as a guy I enjoy, but it's like being a writer and then being forced to write stuff you hate so much that it just sucks all the fun out of it. Like I could be phenomenal at this job. I was phenomenal at this job. But my mental health catches up with me because it's like you're just go to an office job or something, like because I know lots of people have this. Oh, Just wear the uniform, whatever, or just suck it up. First off, like, because we had a big ass Harley guy, like that's all vanity. Like if a guy's on a Harley and he's like his tank top, his leather jacket, his decals, he's got a song playing, like strip all that away. You gotta wear a dress and go work in an office. Right? Let's say you're working in an office where there's like no reason you can't wear a dress. There's no practical reason. Because guys are like, oh, we're practical. Like, these are the only boots I get. You know what they're fucking called? Tactical sport, too. Motherfuckers ain't even going over fighting wars and shit. Tactical sport, too. Like, Under Armour. Like men are just as vain and fashion whatever as women are, but they just do it in different ways. And it tends to be, I would say on the average, a hell of a lot more expensive if you're going with like fancy cars versus like a high-end dress or boots, which, you know, somebody could spend $600 on a fucking purse, and it's just like I remember hearing that once. Oh man, that was just like a fucking shot right through the heart. Is like, I could buy so many fucking clothes. It's just like one purse. It's like, oh, I'm just dropping $600. Like no one's even took me on a fucking proper date. I ain't even gone out to eat proper, or I've never been out to a movie. Because I'm like a dirty secret, whatnot. And I'm not girlfriend material, so like no one's giving a fuck to buy me nice things. And it's like, oh yeah, I just dropped $600. It's like, most days, like probably like 330 days of the year, like that would fucking change my, that would change my life for a couple months. Like, here's $600. Like, holy fuck! Like that's 2 fucking months. Like, and I still got I can still take like 200 of that. I still take 200 of that, go on a fucking shopping spree. But so anyways, these are all the different shit and thoughts I have to deal with. But today was fucking weird because I took the makeup off, and he's like, "You ain't gotta do that." I'm like, well, you know, I going to shops. He's like, if they got a problem with it, fuck it. We don't need that business. I'm like, and I'm like, well, I wouldn't want to put you in that position. But he was willing to. He's like, I'll wear a tutu. He wasn't being serious. He's a traditional man, but he's not judgmental, and he's gotten to know me as a person. He knows I'm a hard ass fucking worker. He knows like I'm smart and efficient. And it sucks when you got a lot of talent for something. And it's like, well, you like to paint your nails, so you can't. It's like, but I could outwork you. Like, I could outwork 90% of these motherfuckers these macho motherfuckers out here. And if I can't physically outwork them, I can mentally outsmart them. But I'm disqualified because, like, who's the vain one? Who's the unpractical one? You're gonna kick me off the fucking team. Now, this is where trans people make it worse, because most trans people would be like, oh really? Well, and then they would take a fucking 10 miles. Like I was fucked up after that. It was like I told him that was like profound, and I want to talk to him more about today, but it's like I didn't want to make it all about that. But that's been on my mind all day, and it's like, what would I even wear? How would I even start going out? He's putting the possibility out there that like I could be myself and work. Like, holy fuck, like that's like the fucking blows my, like, oh, what the fuck? And it's like, well, how do I even start? Because I want, I want to be respectful about it. And then I don't want to get my nice clothes fucked up. And I do have like rough clothes, but I mean, this job is really, really harsh on clothes. And there's just been so very few times, but there have been those times where I've been able to do kind of like manly work. Just dressed as a chick, but not like the modern day, looking like a hoe. Or the flip of that, the long, nice dress, whatnot, because that can catch on stuff, whatnot. Now, pants, the knees, and stuff, they restrict your movement, right? Like, a lot of women's clothes actually gives you a lot of freedom of movement. And then, it was crazy, too, because, like, I did some weed whacking, right? and I always sort of have like a clumsiness with mechanical objects. But for the first time after he said that, my brain was just sort of like, it was like automatically dissecting. How do I take this part? How does this thing work? Because like it was, I can never see myself doing this as a. I would rather whore myself out, except I get rejected because I can go out and whore myself out for 8 hours, get no bites, or I just walk around like and feel like shit that way, or I can make $20-$30 and risk my life for being on one client after being out there for like 8 hours. And I do it for the adventure a lot. A lot of times I do it for the adventure. But as far as feasible work, like it's not sustainable on itself, and whereas like he paid me fucking good today, and it's like blew my mind. Like I know pay's gone up, but like I told him like I'm staying, like he's been letting me stay in this house for free. And so yeah, I made like 125 today, and it wasn't even a full day. Like it just fucking blows my mind. So usually how that goes is like, like I'm going through the motions. I have the desire to learn. I have the burning desire to learn, but it's been killed because my culture has been suppressed, and the hypocrisy and all that shit. And then it's like I see people getting pumped like, yeah, let's compete. Like, let's see who can throw the most rotors off the fastest. I like doing that shit, but not when my soul is like fucking being suppressed and crushed. Like this song like "Clown" by Korn. Or was it? Oh, I can't remember the lyrics right now. Oh, at least I'm not pretending to be what's not within me. Like people would be like, "Oh, the feminine's not within you. You're a biological male. You have to act like this." Elliot Holt's like, "Oh, like." He's given me so many insights lately. Like I'm indebted to him, but he'd be like the main. He's like the main. Like he's like the boss level, right? Of who I would have to challenge to refute this sort of bullshit, but. Yeah, he would try to tell me that like I'm in sin, and God's not going to shine his light on me because I'm living in sin and embracing sin because the retarded, not the whole Bible, but that the verse like I'm an abomination for that. That's just accept that is universal, undebatable, absolute truth from God. Like you're gonna put the words in God's mouth that he said that? Really? So, but oh man, I still like, and then it's like now this whole fucking road opened up to me. I could have been there before, but I mean I still got all my survival experience from being a fucking tranny and being like, fuck it, I'll be fucking poor, I'll fucking starve, I'll fucking do what I gotta do. I'll like make campsites outside. And it's this thing like there could have been this alternate time reality where I was actually like being myself in the reasonable sense, not like 99.9% of other media trans people. These people that are in the media, I don't even meet enough of my own kind. I meet one of my own kind like what every several fucking years. One of them, I know fucking just like I'll go into a gas station and there just happens to be one of them, right? That's usually someone's like really bad off, but I don't know what their ideology is. So there's this whole alternate reality where I could have been like maybe I don't know successful and shit, but then I've learned what I've learned and then I also still got like I want to go May the 4th. That's the day I want to set for next spring. We're going over to Ukraine, like partly because May the 4th be with you is kind of funny and all that. But it's also a concrete date that I'll remember and I can set myself to. And May's a little bit further into spring, so it's still in spring, but it's giving me that extra time to really prepare myself. But now it's like maybe I can actually make more money than what I was thinking before that time, and maybe I can go over there fucking like more prepared than financially, not just like mentally and physically, but like have my own shit bought and all that, my own kit. Like, whoa, I can start getting into the scrap. There's so much you learn about mechanics and how trucks work and loading. Like, I could be fucking helping. Like, I could know how to fucking learn how to scrap a tank by using my experience out here. Oh yeah, we'll winch that fucker up here. Like salvage these parts and all that shit. Like, learning how to drive. I'm actually inspired to get my license again. This just because like the COVID bullshit, it shouldn't be the same as what it was. And also, like I could just I could drive around as myself. Holy fuck. I'm about to be out of time though. So I had to get this out while it's hot. I just got in. Yeah.